Okay folks, so today we're going to finish up with the breaded chicken and we're going to make chicken parmesan. Now I've done a lot of the preamble work already, but I just want to show you a couple little things about doing the chicken parmesan and then we'll move on. Okay, so much like yesterday, I've got my breast and I've got my divine. Well, so I don't really want this in my parmesan, so I'm just going to trim it out. Okay, I'm just going to take my knife and trim that right out. Okay, just like that. And then I'm just going to set that aside, right? And we'll put this right in the fridge right now. Okay, so it's not, you know, when I talk about like the lag phase, we don't need the lag phase. So I'm just going to put this in the fridge. So you might want to start it and put it in a plastic bag so that you keep your hammer, your mallet, and everything nice and fresh. Now I've got chicken on my hands, so I'm just going to wash them up again. A lot of washing in this time frame when we're doing this. My mallet and most mallets have a double edge. They have a bumpy edge. That's more for tenderizing steak. I want to use the flat piece because I want to beat up my chicken, but I don't want to destroy it. That's for a little tougher meats. So I'm going to just start pounding it. And I'm going to be fairly aggressive because I want to show you this, and right. Hopefully I can do it through the, well, I'm going to have to take it out of the bag, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. If you look at the chicken, you can see that it goes thinner at this side and it goes thicker down through here. Okay, well I want to take that out, right? So I need to pound it down or tenderize it. Now hopefully I'm going to keep this hand Now, if you don't have a meat mallet in your house, you probably have a frying pan of some description. Okay? So all you have to do is pound it down with the frying pan. In fact, sometimes that works a little bit easier because you hit more surface area. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to do the best that you can to make it as even as you possibly can throughout the whole thing. If you look at these now, you'll see that they're all even, right? For the most part, this is as thick as that is, right? So you're going to have a little bit of small part, but that's okay. And this doesn't take very long at all. In fact, I'm probably there. Now, you don't need to be gentle, but you don't want to beat it up so it's destroyed. Okay, so now that we're done, just going to pull it out, right? And I'm going to show you how it's now a lot flatter, right? And it's more even all the way through. The thicker part of the breast has now thinned down. So now we're just going to do the stuff that we always do, right? Or that we started yesterday. I'm going to flour it. Make sure you shake off any excess, but make sure you get everything covered too, folks. Right? And then just shake off the excess. Put that there. And this has been my chicken hand. Okay. And then I'm just going to set it in there. Now, I'm just going to get it started a little bit from what's underneath, right? And I'm just going to, now make sure that you cover it all. Okay, and then here we go, we're going over to the pan. And I'm just going to, wash my hands again, because you need to make sure that you're not cross-contaminating anything here, folks. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my pan on. and I'm going to heat it up. I'm going to lightly brown. So I need a little bit of oil. I'm using virgin olive oil, but you can use whatever you want. Regular oil works just as well for the browning. You see that it's starting to sizzle up there. I don't need a lot of color, I don't want them to cook through, because I am going to finish them in the oven, and that's how this is done. A little bit of color on there. And again, this is just for color, folks. We're going to finish them in the oven. Now it's going to take about 20 minutes in the oven at about 350 degrees. I'll start them about halfway through, or with maybe 5 minutes to 6 or 7 minutes left. I'll take them out of the oven, I'll sauce them, I'll cheese them, and then I'll put them back in to finish it, and I'll have my pasta cooking by then. Okay folks, so now we're all done. We've browned them off a little bit, just to give them a little bit of color, because it would come out kind of chalky brownish kind of thing, so we don't want that. So I'm going to put it in the oven there for about 10 or 15 minutes, let it start to cook up. Right, then I'll finish it with the cheese and everything when we're all done. So 15 minutes at 350 degrees, then I'll come back and finish it up, and I'll cook my pasta, we'll do up a plate, that'll be dinner. Thanks folks, we'll be back. Okay folks, so it's now been about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, 15 maybe, and I'm going to take my chicken out, and I'm going to finish it up. Now, it's called Parmesan for a reason, right? We've got some Parmesan now. Normally I would use the grated Parmesan, not the sleeves like this, but that's okay. I'm going to try to get to the most. So that's my Parmesan part. So it's a double cheese. Now that I've done that, I'm going to add a little bit of sauce to each one. So what you're doing is you're building the colors. Right? You've got the nice brown of the chicken. Now, a lot of recipes call for mozzarella cheese. It doesn't matter what cheese you use, folks, right? As long as you're, it doesn't matter, just cheese. So you got Parmesan, you got a little bit of red sauce. Now, this is not even mozzarella. It's it's Monterey Jack, right? So. I'm just going to use that up. I don't know, there's probably about, I don't know, half a cup between everything right here. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 3/4 of a cup. Again, cheese is cheese. If you love cheese, put it on. I've got my water on to boil. I'm going to salt it down. You can see it's boiling. It's got a nice rolling boil to it. Add a lot of salt. And I'm going to add my pasta. One, two, maybe three. Stir that in until it, now this is not going to take a long time, but it's going to take 7 or 8 minutes, which is about what I've got left to do with the chicken. I'm going to put the chicken back in. Just want to make sure this is all stirred up. The chicken's going back in the oven. Now you want to leave this in until this kind of starts to brown off a little bit. But so there you go. We'll be back in about, I don't know, I'm going to say about 10 minutes. Once my pasta's cooked and strained, we'll dish it all up. We'll do a plate, and that'll be the Erden supper tonight. Okay? I'll be back. Okay, folks. So here we are. We're at the end. My pasta's cooked. I've strained it. I put it back in the pot with a little bit of olive oil. I didn't rinse it with cold water, and I'll tell you why. If you rinse it with cold water, it won't. The sauce won't stick to it. Okay, so just so you know that if you want your sauce to stick, you don't rinse it with cold water. Just take it out of the pot and eat it right away. Okay, so there you go. And look at that! Isn't that incredible? What a meal! So, got everything I need. Always make sure you dress your plate up a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, there's supper tonight for the Erden family. A little bit of pasta, a little bit of cheese and Parmesan with the chicken. What a meal. What an incredible looking meal. Even if I do say so myself. I mean, I love what I do, folks. Right? Just remember, somebody loves you. It's just not me. And there's your supper. Hi folks, Chef here again. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the schedule that we're going to try and do. Andrea, my producer and director, has decided that we should probably keep a schedule so it's easier for everybody. So we're going to try to post Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay, so that you can look for a video that we posted on Wednesdays and Fridays, and hopefully that'll work. So that way it's a schedule you guys can look forward to it, and it's not driving me nuts. That's what my producer Andrea wants. We'll see you again.